What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. Eidl has new life. It is Monday, May the 9th, 2022, just back from a long, hot walk/run. Please do me a huge favor. Give this video a thumbs up, hashtag Eidl with your comments below, and make sure you join us over at trysmallbiz.com, where you can advertise your company for free or for just $1 a day. You can partner up with me, and I will promote you, among other things, to tens of thousands of people all over social media. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have some very good news, including a letter that I will read at least portions of it out loud from Big Ben Cardin and Senator Chris Van Hollen. This is pinned on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, username SmallBiz, as well as on the community section of YouTube. But before I get to that, and please stay with me over the next 7 to 10 minutes, I need to get something off my chest, and you may have seen me do so on Twitter. I made a decision over the last 48 hours that we will accept no more than somewhere between 500 and 1,000 premium members. That's it. What we're trying to do right now at trysmallbiz.com, and we have 1,200 members right now. We're on track to hit 5,000 by the end of this year, 15,000 the year after, and 30,000 or more in 2024 and beyond. But there's only going to be, for $1 a day, somewhere between 500 and 1,000, no more than that, premium members available. And there's 3 reasons for that. First of all, as many of you know, I used to spend 15 years, I think it was, on Wall Street, much of it in South Florida, as a broker. And if you're following me on Twitter at TrySmallBiz, I have netted those that are following me over 500% in returns this year. 13 winners. BBIG, we sold at $3.60. Oh, it went to $4. Well, where did I just buy it back today? $2.91, where it closed at, along with 7 or 8 other stocks. If you want to know what I just went all in on, go to Twitter at TrySmallBiz and you'll see it. But the bottom line is, I know what it's like not only to make money, and lots of it in a shitty market, but to be responsible for somewhere between 500 and 1,000 families. I cannot effectively promote 3,000 premium members, even if it takes us years to get there. Now, we have 97 premium members right now, somewhere between 500 and 1,000, and that's it. We already have 1,201 members. So if everybody decided to invest just $1 a day by the month or a year, we'd be done. And I'd spend my whole day launching a podcast, a mobile app, a newsletter. We'd have a cruise out of Miami on the Virgin Voyages. We'd have an annual event in Las Vegas, not in 2024 when that's our intention, but we could do it this year. The challenge that we face is 90% of the 10,000 that watch this video won't join, let alone invest $1 a day. They want their money. They want me to get the loan forgiven, but God forbid they join you and I and the 1,200 others that have joined in the last 2 months at trysmallbiz.com. So the first reason it's going to be capped, I cannot effectively promote more than that many people on social media. I share 3 a day on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, currently to more than 20,000 people. At some point, as I get to know you, I will mention you on a video, in a newsletter, on a podcast. Some of you will come on the show and I'll interview you. Use coupon code Jason for 10% out at checkout. It's going to be absolutely amazing, but there's not going to be any more than 500 to 1,000 max for $1 a day. The second reason for that is I'm not interested in becoming a multimillionaire. I know that sounds hard to believe, but it's true. I live in a very simple house. It's worth about $500,000. Everything you see right there is worth less than $5. My sister got it at a thrift store in honor of my late mother, who actually had a stroke 7 years ago on Cinco de Mayo. So there's nothing fancy about yours truly other than this, and there's a story behind it. There's a truck that's paid for in the garage, and that's it. I don't gamble other than in the stock market. I don't do drugs, not for 16 years, if you can believe that. I don't have any snowmobiles, jet skis, nothing. It's you guys, it's me, it's the market, my 24-inch iMac, my iPhone, some chocolate, wine, cup of coffee, a cozy bed, and river monsters, if anybody watches that show. That's about all that Jason cares about. So I don't need to make any more than $35,000 a month. And for some of you, that's a lot of money. But for me, I've been there and done that. I want to go all in for 500 to 1,000 families, which brings me to the third reason. And then I'll give you some very, very good news on Eidl. We had 2 people quit this week, one of which tore me a new ass, and it wasn't very comfortable. Not only wanted his or her money back, but chastised me because after 45 days, I hadn't loaded the coffers in their retail store in a city that's not even that big. So if you're looking at me right now wondering, man, should I invest $1 a day in this crazy motherfucker or not? If you expect to get an ROI in 30 to 45 or even 60 or 90 days, don't waste your time and your money. But if you understand that this guy right here, you can partner with me for $1 a day. I'm not only going to help make you a shit ton of money in the stock market, but I'm going to help put your business on the map. You're going to get access to me by phone, by Zoom, by email, which you can do right now through the Contact Us page at trysmallbiz.com. We're going to have a cruise out of Miami on the Virgin Voyages to Richard Branson's resort in the Bahamas. We're going to have an annual event in Las Vegas. There's going to be a mobile app, a newsletter, a podcast, which some of you are going to come on. Use coupon code Jason for 10% off at checkout. This is going to be amazing. But I am not going to go to war, and this is war, believe me, for people who don't give a shit. There'll be 9,000 people out of 10 that watch this video. They don't have time for you and me. They want their money. They want the loan forgiven. But the idea of let alone paying me $1 a day, but even taking 5 minutes to sign up, they can't do that. They'll never do that. So before I get to Eidl, and it's very good news, I'm asking everybody who's got $1 a day, whether it's by the month or the year, make that investment. You put that money in the stock market, especially this one, over the next 3 years, you'll be damn lucky to get 8 to 10%. So you might make a few $100 on that 1,000. I can promise you, if you give me a chance to load this place up with 30 to 50,000 people in the next 2 or 3 years by investing half my fortune in Facebook and YouTube ads, you're going to make a hell of a lot more than $300. So go to trysmallbiz.com, sign up, get a premium membership, or if you already joined us for free and there's 1,202 that have, just click the red upgrade to premium button and you can reserve one of no more than 1,000 total premium memberships. All right. I know that was very painful for some of you. Probably clicked off, come back to it later, skip ahead. You know the whole nonsense. Chris Van Hollen, this is pinned on Twitter as well as YouTube, wrote a letter along with Big Ben Cardin to Miss Guzman, and boy, did they ever slap her hand. In fact, I think, as Speak and See rightly pointed out, I think it was last night, they did more than that. They pretty much took her out back to the woodshed. I'll skip through this, but he says, I quote, "We are writing to express disappointment in the SBA's decision to close down the COVID Eidl program ahead of the May 6th deadline, blah, blah, blah. The decision was particularly confounding when, by the agency's own admission, additional funding remains available for transfer to the Eidl program under the authority," and this is important, section 9006B2A. In other words, the SBA has the governmental authority to move money, and I'm keeping this simple for you, from pile A to pile B. And they also got caught trying to move $500 million forward into their 2023 budget, but Ben Cardin and Chris Van Hollen, and I'm certain others by now, caught them in the act. So here's the deal in summary. If you applied before Friday's deadline, you're legit. You're qualified. You got an approval. You signed the closing docs. I can almost guarantee, based on what we've seen and heard, don't go anywhere from the SBA, you're going to get your money. About 10 or 15% of you may have to scratch and claw or wait for Ben Cardin, as I said last week when I went on that tirade in a CVS parking lot. They may have to add $5 billion to the restaurant revitalization money, $52 billion that was passed in the House. It hasn't gotten through the Senate. So here's the deal. I actually believe the stars are aligning. There is, because of the SBA's deadline, getting caught in the act, which opens them to a fucking lawsuit where they were moving the money around and they got caught doing it illegally, that they are going to stand up straight, as some of you have heard this afternoon. The tier 2 supervisors that I talked to, and there's 2 that have been there 15 years, they're telling everyone, and I shared one of the comments on Twitter about an hour ago, they're telling everyone that if you're in the queue and you're due to get funded, you're legit, don't worry. There's plenty of money there. There might be 10 or 15% of you that were way late. We still have people that they can't even find them. The folks that can't be found, you've had no contact with anyone for a year to 18 months, that might be tough, at least for now. But I am confident, because I reached out to Ben and Schumer and Nydia and the same cast of characters again today, and I made it very clear, as I'll say to you in closing, I ain't going anywhere. And if it takes a negligence lawsuit against the SBA, especially now that we know they were playing games, that's exactly what we're going to do. Because not only do we want our 10K, but everyone who's in that queue is going to get their fucking money, and I will not go anywhere. In fact, as crazy as I am, if you haven't figured it out by now, I will not rest. I will not give up. I will not relent. I will not go anywhere until that loan is forgiven. And you guys never pay the SBA a friggin' dime. So until next time, always remember that I love you. Get yourself a premium membership. It'll be the best investment you ever make at trysmallbiz.com.